Alright.
Yeah.
Should we get on with the recap then?
Yeah, please.
Alright. So, last D&D session, you have been attacked by Volok's armies. They came in full force, trebuchets and everything. You decided, instead of holding out waiting for the Armenians, you sallied out to attack the trebuchets.
To attack. Yeah, we couldn't have those things aim at Rome. That would have just been fatal. Especially after finding out what they would have fired at us with.
Yeah, so especially during the fighting, Armenia finally arrived. So did some Vikings that the Armenians managed to recruit, and Chadius Chat and his little band that you send to him all came in to help fight this battle. The enemy was completely unprepared for a full sally. I don't think they even were prepared for the Armenians to come because they got completely outflanked by the Armenians, and the Vikings were just out of nowhere.
They wouldn't even have been prepared for just my 30 men, my custodian guards.
I know, 30 men charged out, and only what, five of them got injured? No, 3 of them got injured.
No death. Not a single dead man.
No casualties at all, which is impressive.
These 30 men are the elite of Rome, the best of the best. I'm gonna promote them all over the place. I'm telling you.
Of course, some of the Volok's troops got onto Rome's walls, but they were easily repelled, especially when Chad arrived to distract the people sieging Rome, and the Armenians inside of Rome sallied out on cavalry to attack.
Oh, that worked wonderfully. Yep.
And so we'll get on with it then after the recap. So as the Armenians and some of your townsfolk are cleaning up the bodies, trying to pile them up, get them out of the way, one of the Armenians' generals ride up to you.
He wants to talk to me, right? Yeah.
Yes, he rides up to you, goes, "Are you the leader of this small town over here?"
Small town? No, I wouldn't formulate it like this. Please, you can refer to me as Chadius or Aurelianus. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
I am Thane, Butcher of the Awakening. We saw that you were attacked and decided to come in. You were doing quite well for yourself with, what, 30? 40 men? I'm impressed with you.
My 30 custodians, yes.
Quite impressed. I wouldn't expect a sally out from you. We did take some casualties with the undead. They've quickly mobilized to attack us, but we're still at pretty good strength. We came with 1,500 men. We've lost maybe about 400.
We came with 30 men.
Head count.
We lost to a single one. It seems your men are by far not as not as well trained as mine. Seeing how you lost 400 of them.
It would seem so.
It would indeed.
I
heard you want to talk to me.
Oh, yes. Do we have a place we could chat? We need to discuss our plan with Volok and ending this menace once and for all.
Yes, please, we can discuss this in my office. And I guess I'm gonna lead him in Rome to my residency.
He kind of trots along with you into Rome, and as soon as you get into Rome, he kind of gets off his horse. So most of the Armenians inside of Rome right now, and your townsfolk that are not outside the battlefield cleaning up the bodies, are cheering, having a whole celebration right now. Someone pulled out a stash of ale out from one of their houses, so everyone's just drinking right now.
Great, okay.
You lead them into your house, and of course you still have those old rickety, walkety, creaky stuff because, they just did what they can.
Yes, sir.
And you sit down. And as you sit down, the leader pulls out a map of Volok with a drawn tunnel into the dock area where originally, when you found that carving in the wall, where Chat found the carving in the wall. Right now, currently,
Yeah.
chat is outside doing their own thing. I don't know what chat's doing. They're kind of outside. They can come in and get involved if they want, but currently, right now, they're outside.
That's probably taking part in the celebration.
They're drinking all the ale, doing some backflips.
Oh yeah, that sounds like something Chad would do.
Yeah. And as he the commander points, Thane points out the maps like, this is where the wood carving you gave us points to, is a secret tunnel to the docks. We don't know what's over there. We wouldn't be able to get through there easily from the front gate. That's why the king recruited someone special for this situation. I believe you already met him.
I believe so, yes.
A group of Vikings are willing to take us by boat into Volek, as the main Armenian force attacks Volek from the front, move most of the undead to the front gates, and give you room to move in. You will need no more than 10 men to accompany you on this. The less the better, though.
Yes, that is indeed right. So.
So, I'm guessing you, one of your companions, we'll probably get 2 Vikings to join you, making it 4. That'll probably be the best option. If you want to bring 10, we'll go through the list from there. We'll probably send some Armenians with you.
I think we can handle it on our own.
Just you, Chad, and
Me, Chad, and maybe a few of my custodians.
we're gonna need your custodians, since they did so well fighting the undead horses 30 alone versus, what, a couple thousand? We're gonna need them to help us just in case the undead happen to sally out, or if we do have a breach in the castle, your custodians will be great at breaking through their lines.
Yes, but they are still my personal guards.
We
And
wanna
I
be-
can't just...
We have to be subtle as possible. If we send too big of a force, well, not many will fit on the boat, and 2, we'll be easily spotted and they'll catch on to what we're doing.
Sure, take my custodians. If you lose just a single one of my custodians, then that's gonna have repercussions for you. I'm telling you that much. So please use them properly.
It's war. It's no guarantee that any of us will come out of here alive.
Well, today, our 30 custodians had a good matchup against 1,000 undead, and none of them died. So if you have a matchup against 1,000 undead, and even one of them dies, then yeah, guess you're just the worst commander then. But whatever. No, not gonna tell you how to do your job.
There is also one option we have here. I know you probably want to strike out quickly against Volek, get this whole menace done and over with, but if we wait maybe 2 to 3 more days, we can have a regiment of the Yovan Order here to assist us, which could definitely secure a victory.
Well, that would be useful for sure, but the longer that this menace holds on, the more dangerous it becomes.
Yeah, you're right.
Reinforcement are of course something we want, but the hordes just get bigger and bigger the longer we wait. They just get stronger and stronger the longer we wait. We can't risk losing this just because we waited. This either ends today or it doesn't end.
Alright, we'll mobilize the troops. You do what you need to do. Like I said, the max we can bring is like 10 men in, so if you want to bring you, a couple of your men, for sure bring some of the Vikings so they can help. We'll keep some Vikings along the boat though, so 2 Vikings will probably at the max leave the boat with you if you want to do that.
Sounds good.
Alright, we'll meet back here in a few hours after we mobilize everything and get recounted, reset up, and ready to march again. The commander leaves the map on the table for you to look at and make any plans that you need, and he leaves the room. You want to do a perception check on the map? See if you notice
Yeah,
anything.
sure. I'm gonna leave the map a little bit, I guess.
You look at it very carefully, and it doesn't... Like, the only thing that you see so far is the main entrance, the secret entrance in the dock area to the throne room that's drawn on the map. But the distance between the dock and the throne room are quite far, actually. It would be quicker to just bust down a wall near there and charge through that hole in the wall into the throne room. But you don't know if that would lead to a huge resistance of undead hordes. Other than that...
But how would we explode something like this? I assume the wall would be quite thick. So...
You do have some trebuchets that were destroyed when the Armenians attacked, especially the ones that flanked on the very southern side of Rome. You still have their three trebuchets right there.
We have 3 trebuchets. It would be quite hard to move them at all, I assume.
Yeah, you would
We'll
have
need
to kind of deconstruct them, and the Armenians do not know how to set them up how the undead did it, so they'll be completely rebuilding it from scratch. And of course, there is a forest nearby you, so the Armenians could ship wood over to build siege engines, but that's if you're setting up for a long siege.
Yeah, that would be kind of useless.
But you do remember that Olkskrog and Hitchog recently attacked Volek with their armies.
Yes, they did do that.
And they did bust a hole in the wall. It's been a while since then. They probably have rebuilt the wall.
But it's probably still vulnerable. Huh. I think it might be... Okay, so the secret tunnel, right? How does that work, do stuff? Explain to me once more, just like...
The secret tunnel is built into the dockyard, probably underwater itself. So you probably have to swim into the.
Yeah.
You have to see when you get there. Of course, I'm not going to tell you everything. This is what
you're
kind of assuming.
Yeah. So it would be. So, and then from there directly into the throne room, right?
Yes.
No extra. Okay.
This is what you assume because you haven't seen the tunnels yet, so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what the tunnels are going to be like.
Well, we don't know anything about the tunnels. It's kind of a hit or miss thing. Like the tunnels might lead us to victory, or they might lead us to absolute ruin. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe the tunnels are already closed, and then when we arrive, we're just like effed there because there's no tunnels anymore.
It just could be just shut right then and there.
Yeah, then we'll be trapped there pretty much. Without any reinforcements. Huh.
Well, if the undead don't catch on to you, you'll be fine. You'll probably be able to flank the undead.
Probably. Thinking. We don't want to destroy the city too much. I mean, I kind of want to claim it for my own. That would be unfortunate if it would be like pretty much destroyed. So siege engines aren't like the best thing. So, So, I think what would be the best option here, the best option would just be sending our troops and the Armenian troops obviously attacking front and center, and me, Chad, the Vikings going for the back, for the rear end, going through the secret tunnel, maybe taking out the king, and I hope that if the king is dead, then his undead fall with him. which would mean that no more fighting, hopefully.
Hopefully.
That, obviously, the best case scenario. King dies, and so do all the undead.
We'll have to see when we get there.
We do. That's exactly what will happen. So, I guess me, Chad, the Vikings, that would probably be the best we could get. But do we still have one of those guards from Ullskog?
You still have the 4 from originally. You know, the 5th one turned into a zombie and killed a couple people, but
Do we still have all 4? I thought some died by now.
No. You did send one to Invicta with Chat. But he came back with Chat to help fight in Rome.
Not a single one of them die? That's surprising.
Yeah, so far the only one that has died was that one from earlier when they came back from a spy mission and let some people into Rome.
If you say so, then I guess I'm gonna also take those 4 with me because they know the city best.
Alright. I had a total brain fart what I was gonna say. Dear God, this is what happens when you just wake up. Anyways,
okay,
so you get up and leave the room to address some of the men. Yeah, so you would need to get up and leave the house. You're gonna address the men. You look around for the 4 guards, and 3 of them are already together drinking some ale with people. The 4th one is nowhere to be seen yet.
What? Oh my god, okay. I guess I woke up to the 3.
Alright. You see them drinking, singing in a tongue that you clearly do not understand. But it seems a celebratory song. And one of them notices you approaching.
They are singing in Latin? Off with their head.
Oh, you be quiet. One of them looks over to you, like, Emperor, come join us. We have a great victory here. We're all happy. We're gonna kick some Volk's ass. A little drunk right now.
A little drunk.
Just a little.
Just a little bit drunk. I am not gonna join you in drinking, thank you.
Why not, my Emperor? Is there some news?
Well, my one of the little helpers, I'm gonna take you with me on quite a dangerous mission. So don't celebrate yet. We haven't achieved victory. Yet. A little soon.
The 4th one comes up behind you as you're talking and goes, what kind of mission we're going on? As he leans against one of the tables that one of the people set up around the keg of ale.
Ha! Is he like not drunk? He doesn't sound drunk.
No, he is not drunk at all.
Wow, that's such a good guy. I'm gonna remember him, promote him to a centurion or something later.
You do recognize he is one of the guys that you sent as a scout, the one that kind of been impacted with the loss of his friend.
Yeah, okay, fair. We will, well, me and Sir Chad, as well as the 4 of you and some Vikings, will enter Ullskog through the back end. We will get a boat there in secret and take a secret tunnel into the throne room to kill the king there and then. I need the 4 of you for your extraordinary knowledge of the city in case anything goes wrong.
They nod their head. Alright, we'll follow you into the depths of hell. And one of the guards that are leaning over the keg of ale right now, clearly very drunk, is like, oh, I know what you're talking about. It's the tunnel that leads over the entire city and it goes everywhere. It's like a shield network that we never use. He kind of passes out on the keg of ale. And one of the other drug guards is like, what are you talking about? A freaking tunnel that leads under the city? That's just a rumor. Pops his head, the one in the yellow keg of ale falls like, no, I've been down there. I used to go down as a kid. I used to be, that's how I stole my,
Oh, yeah, we do plan on taking a secret tunnel beneath the city into the throne room. Yeah, but that's...
The one that's sober right now is like, fine, I'll get these 3 into shape and we'll meet you when you're ready. He grabs he grabs all 3 of them by their chainmail and starts dragging them off.
Please have them ready in the next few hours.
You want to see what he does with them?
No, not really.
Not really? Well, I would ask chat what they're doing in this current situation, but there is no one in chat. Like, again, it's probably just doing some backflips right now.
Chat's very busy doing backflips.
You know, it's a very, very important thing to do.
Extraordinary. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna go talk to the Vikings then.
All right. You look around for the Vikings and you notice that they are not inside Rome, but kind of outside of Rome right now, having a drunken brawl. As one of them sits there with his arms crossed, hand on his eyes, and just shaking his head like, oh dear God.
What is going on out here?
As you walk out, you see a pyre for one of their dead members that have fallen during the battle. And they are having a brawl.
Okay.
The one that's just like, oh dear God, sees you come, he's like, welcome, I assume you have questions for us.
Not really questions, more like a quest.
You're talking about the whole boat behind Volok situation.
Yes, exactly that.
You know, we wouldn't be involved if it wasn't for freaking Loki over there. That's what he calls himself ever since he was a child. He personally asked the king for us to be involved with this. And lucky for you, we have one of our longships at the ready. It's gonna get us there quick, quiet, and efficiently. And
that sounds perfect.
And as he says that, Loki's like, I am piloting the boat! And the Viking you're talking to is like, you are not piloting the boat. Every time you do it, you either lose the boat or get it stuck somewhere. You're not piloting the boat. It's my job. And as Loki was too busy talking to the other Viking, another Viking comes around and socks him in the face out of nowhere. He goes, don't mind them. This is what he would want it. He said at his funeral we should all have a fun little brawl with each other like how he used to cause in the end back in the day. Before he became an adventurer and always started going around all over the place, but never suspected it would end like this. Well, the longship is already by the bridge that you recently built, so we can leave whenever you're ready.
Okay then. I will get my finest knights ready then. We will leave soon. I expect in the next few hours.
All right. If they'll probably be here for a while by the pyre, I'll be at the boat getting set up and ready to go. So if you can't find me out there.
Okay then.
And he starts walking off towards the north where he left his boat at, where, like I said, he left it by the bridge that you just recently built.
Okay, then I guess I go back to the Armenian commander, general, whatever his rank is. I don't really care, honestly. The Armenian leader guy.
You find him inside the Armenian camp where the Armenians that were sent to protect Rome were originally set up at, with a clipboard in his hand and a quill, writing things down, trying to get everything all organized. He doesn't even notice you approach him at all. He is just sitting there, just concentrating on this. You do see some clerics by the tents healing up some of the Armenian soldiers that were injured during the combat. Even like a few of your men that got the 3 guys that got injured are in that camp right now, currently being healed up.
Yep. Ah, my custodian guards. I'm gonna reduce the numbers later. Whatever, that's gonna happen later. Once we have won this war. Okay then. I guess I tap him on the shoulder then.
You shock him for a second. He turns around. He's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to be back so soon. How's it going? Talked with everyone that you need to talk to?"
I have everyone ready. We'll need to have ready. You can take my custodians, all 30 of them, and your troops, and organize your distraction.
All right. Since your custodian guards are so few and they can't be everywhere at once, I'll kind of keep them in reserve. So if our lines start to break, we can use them to break their lines. So they should be fine if nothing goes wrong.
Please give them someone to lead them properly. I don't want them to be led by someone who doesn't know what he's doing.
As you said that, one of the other Armenian captains, the one that was the original Armenian captain that you met when he first came to protect your camp, was like, "Don't worry, I will lead them into combat." As he pats you on the back of your shoulder. "It's good to see you again. See, you're doing well for yourself here. Getting attacked and all."
Well, we are doing just about perfect. And as soon as the city has fallen, we will take our spoils of war, and you can take 20%. I think it's 20%.
Is that what the deal was?
I think the deal was 20%. The rest is for Rome.
I don't know what's going on with politics these days in Armenia, but you got my support here in Rome right now. I'll take your custodian guards and lead them. They'll come back okay.
Yeah, I hope so. They are the best with the spears they have been given. So please use them however you.
Also, some of our men saw what you were doing with your light spells, and some of our clerics here have that same spell. They've been using it on the injured, so any injured, so far, we've only found a handful of guys that would have been turned into zombies at this point if it wasn't your discovery of the light spell being a weakness for them.
Well, thank you. That's great to know. Absolutely wonderful. Well, the light spell is very useful in combat, so if any of your clerics are free, then maybe they can put it on the weapons, equipment, whatever. It's always useful against the undead.
Yeah, we'll take from your example and use that against the undead.
Yeah.
And it looks like go ahead. No, go ahead.
I wish you good luck, and I hold up my hand to shake his.
He shakes your hand, and as he's shaking your hand, the commander's like, start heading to the boat. We should be ready in maybe about an hour, and I want you to kind of be sailing ahead of the army before anything happens. You can sail along the outskirts of the bulwark with your boat. It's mainly ocean out there on that side, so you can sit far enough away for them not to really take notice of you, or just think you're a regular fishing boat until our forces attack. We'll have one of our mages set up a signal in the air. Once you notice that, you can move forward.
Okay then. But one thing, please don't attack the city too aggressively. I still want to claim the city later on. It would be kind of unfortunate if the walls are completely destroyed by then.
We don't know how strong Volek's forces are, so we won't attack the city too aggressively until we know what we're dealing with there. We don't know if this was the entire army and they're just a couple defenders, or they're just a bigger army waiting for us in there. I don't know how they would get a bigger army, but since we're dealing with Necromancy here, he probably has hundreds of years worth of undead just held up in that city.
Yeah, so please. Okay then. We will see each other then after the war is over, or we won't. Let's see.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you too. And there I go off. To go
And there
look
I go
for
off.
my walking out.
You're all singing yourself a song. And as you leave, as you leave the city, you do see your commander kind of like, not the commander, one of the guards, standing over the 3 guards that were drunk earlier, just waking them up. They look a little sober than before, but it looks like they're, still a little drunk. But they will be able to fight if that comes necessary.
Yeah.
And also,
then.
Yeah, and also as you leave, you see your custodian guards, your custodian's information with some of the cannon fathers that you recruited from Lolk earlier. And the cannon fodder is going to be mixed in with your custodians as their own little regiment to support them.
Cannon fodder mixed with the custodians? Oh no. The cannon fodder mixed with the custodians, that won't end well. It's just gonna be like, good soldier, bad soldier, good soldier, bad soldier. Oh no.
Well, you can clearly distinct the two. Like, they're like, the cannon fodder are kind of in one little group, and the custodians are like in their own little group as well. But they're gonna be fighting together as like a regiment. So if the custodians need to retreat, the cannon fodder are there to slow down the undead.
The cannon fodder are there to die. Yay.
Yeah. He's making sure your men come home safe.
Yeah, but not other men. They can go and die. No one cares about them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk northward towards the river, towards the boat, and the Vikings are already on the boat. They have everything all set up. You do see the little lizard from the couple times you met just hanging out on the boat doing its own little thing. And the Viking that originally you talked to is like, hurry up, we're about to leave. We already got the go-ahead to leave.
Yes.
Chat's right behind you with the 4 guys that you decide to bring with you, and then you all clamber onto the boat and they immediately set sail. The captain of this longboat is piloting the boat quite effectively. He's going, for a river, he's going at a pretty fast pace. It's a little dangerous to go at such a fast pace with the river with your sails down and everything, but he does just fine. He sails you all the way out to the ocean and around to the very west side of Volek. So you can barely see the town the city off in the distance, but you can see it nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, it's only been like an hour or so, so you would have to wait for the rest of the army to arrive.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go slow and just chilling.
Yeah,
Just
you're
chilling
all
along.
just chilling right now until you can get the signal for Armenia to get a go-ahead. And in the meantime, the boat's kind of slowly, like, they have the sails kind of low, so the boat slowly drifts towards Volek.
Mm-hmm.
You see Loki, and I said that in quotes, throw his lizard in the water, and the lizard starts swimming around the water, kind of acting like as a scout for the water, make sure nothing jumps up.
Wow, surprisingly competent. Okay.
Yeah, and of course the guy you talked to before is yelling at that Loki about keeping it sane. So you can tell he's kind of in charge of the group. So when Loki's not on his own, he's basically someone over him that is in charge.
Mm-hmm.
A few hours go by, and you don't see anything yet. Loki decided to start a vote if you all should leave. So he comes up like, I said we all go in there now. We don't need the Armenians. We can just go in there now and start swinging our weapons around. I'm sure nothing can stop us, especially with that guy over there with his magical light thing spell. Another one says that we should wait for the Armenians because, you know, they're the distraction. If we're that distraction, then what we're gonna do against a whole army of undead? And most of them aren't even undead.
We are gonna wait for the Armenians. That's it.
Loki just leans back on the mast of the longship, like, I can never have any fun around here.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna start casting light and everything. Just why not? One
Preemptive light spells. Okay.
Preemptive
So-
light spells on everything.
You manage to put some light on everyone's weapons. You put light spell on everyone's weapons ready to go.
Okay, so I guess we're all ready to cut down some undead now, or
And after
use
you
some
set the light spells up, you see a bright light shoot up into the sky and explode.
That's the second roll.
And
Okay,
with that,
go.
With that, the Vikings drop the sail, get to the oars, and start rowing the Viking longship right into the dock. Of course, they don't crash into it; they slow down before they dock, and they all land. The Vikings like, we'll stay here and protect the boat. You can take 2 of us if you want, but we're gonna stay here and protect the boat. Make sure you have a clean route of escape. Until then, find the secret entrance.
I take Loki with me.
Loki pulls out like his 2 axes and bangs his fist together like, all right, let's go.
Okay, Loki, I'm at my full guards. Okay, first off, secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Chat's with you as well. Chat's with you with his light spells. He's just dangling around like the
Chat.
fireworks.
Go, chat.
With a
let's go.
backflip. All right. You look around the dock and you seem to find this stone wall. At the edge of the dock on the very far left side where you dock. The wall looks very weak, and a couple knocks with your fist suggest that the stone is loose. So with that, you and your guards rip off the stone on the walls and find a door, a steel door behind it. And one of your guards, at this point sober, is like, "Han, I got this." Pulls out one of his small daggers, yanks it into the lock, and slams on it, which opens the door wide open. Like,
Oh, perfect.
lead the way.
Let's go. Okay, so I guess I walk first with my elven spear.
With your light spell
which
on it?
lights up the tunnel.
Yeah, of course. If you didn't do your light spell, the tunnel would have been quite dark. There are some spots of light coming in through from grates above in the city streets, but either from that, it is a dark tunnel. You notice that the tunnel is a huge, intricate of mazes, and you do remember that your guard did say it leads everywhere in the city.
Okay. So.
But with the map, you have the map that you acquired, which shows you the pathway straight to the.
Straight to the throne room.
Yeah, so you follow along the map, and as you're following along it, you begin to hear the sounds of, explosions very far off in distance, sounding like the Armenians have already begun their attack as a distraction.
Yeah.
As you're exploring tunnels, you do notice some bodies in those tunnels.
That's bodies?
With closer inspection, you'll notice that they're undead bodies, but they've been killed by someone. They're littering the hallways. And with that, you hear a bunch of voices off in the distance, getting louder and growing louder. You even see their torchlight coming in as they're coming towards your direction.
Okay. Okay.
You want to sit there and figure out what it is, or you want to hide?
We have light spells in all of our weapons. I don't think it's gonna be too easy to hide.
You're in a tight and close space, so if they're right in front of you, you have a really good chance to hit into a spear, but you can't really swing your spear around. It makes it quite difficult to kind of bunch up if you are attacked.
I'm gonna keep the spear in front of me and be ready to stab if whatever approaches is
Alright,
dangerous.
you pull the spear back, ready to stab at anything around the corner, and as the first this figure comes around the corner. You almost jab your spear right into their face, realizing it was a small child. The child sits there in fear, thinking that you're one of the guards, and quickly a man jumps around the corner, clad in white armor, with his sword at your spear, and he goes, "Oh, it's you." He's surprised to see you here in Volok, and he sheaths his sword.
It's him.
I've been here for a couple weeks, finding Volok and Zara, trying to slow them best I can, but their invasion left a few days ago. I don't know where they're at right now. I've been trying to get civilians out of here for the past few weeks. I haven't really been concentrating on the king.
We have killed the invasion.
Oh, well, I'm impressed. Last time I was there, you got screwed up by one crawler that surprise attacked you from a tent.
That didn't happen. Okay, so we completely destroyed the invasion force. There wasn't ever one crawler who killed us that did anything. It never happened. Okay, so we completely destroyed the invasion force. We're now counterattacking. So this is now our counterattack, I guess. We have the Armenians outside the gates distracting, and we are currently on our way to the throne room to take care of the king.
Alright, looks like we have the same cause, but I can't lead these people here. I have maybe 80 people with me right now through these tunnels. The undead, as you can see by these bodies, the undeads are right onto us right now. They're securing the tunnels
we have a longship out in the docks. Lead the people there and write them off.
Alright, I'll join you as soon as I get these people out of here. Everyone follow me, and he kind of runs right past with all the people, like everyone's following him in a straight line all the way towards the docks right past you. And as some of them run past you, you hear a loud screech in the tunnels, and a couple people in the back are instantly grabbed by a couple crawlers.
I'm running up, obviously, to get the crawlers, you know.
Yeah. So you run up and go straight, one person's fighting off the crawler quite well, kind of struggling, not gonna last long, so you run up straight to that crawler with your spear, and you jab right into it, and you instantly killed it.
Get out of here!
The other crawlers notice your presence and begin to back off, like they know who you are. Before they get to run, Loki comes in and just smashes the last two with his axe, and that, without second thought, just slams him straight into the ground with a loud thud.
Let's go.
It's like, oh, it's so good to kill these things! Let's roll a perception check real quick. You did notice that as you stabbed the crawler, nothing happened with your light spell. It didn't have that aura that you usually see come off of it when it hurts the undead.
Oh, okay.
So, it might just be with the crawlers, you don't know yet, but you continue on following the map towards the throne room.
Yep.
Along the way, you do find another small band of undead troops securing the tunnels, and they haven't spotted you yet. You want to try to sneak attack them, let them go by?
I signal my men to stop, and we wait to let them go by.
Alright.
Hopefully.
Oh gosh, I hit the other dice with that one. As you're waiting for them to go by, one of them slowly turns their head in your direction and watches. And he does notice your light spell, but he doesn't know it's you. So he starts kind of stumbling towards your light spell. And as he stumbles towards your light spell, the others notice his movement and follow in behind him in suits.
I get my pilum.
Pilum.
I have one last pilum left.
Alright.
Grab it. Get ready. Turn the corner and jab it through them. Like they're all kind of walking over here, so I try to hit as many of them with one as I can.
So you're just gonna throw it right into the first zombie, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to like throw to the first and like hit the second and third one, whatever, because I can walk in the line, you know.
You quickly throw it around the corner, and the zombie dodged out of it.
Oh no!
And just as quick as it dodged out of it, it runs straight at you very quickly. Let's do a dexterity throw, because it's in a charge now.
Okay.
You managed to dodge out of the way. How about your men? One of your men gets pummeled by this undead. One of the guards gets just absolutely knocked over by this undead, and the undead goes for the attack. The Viking, on the other hand, smacks in the back of the head with his axe and brings it to the ground.
Yes, that's my boy I took him with me.
Your men react to the undead approaching them and quickly muster their weapons together, and one of them does throw a throwing knife into the zombie, but it does absolutely nothing to it.
Get ready. Brace for impact.
The undead charge right in you, and they burst right through you. They knock you all to the ground. It seems like they have a newfound strength and speed.
Oh no!
Like, the zombies are a lot more stronger than before, a lot more intelligence. They are grabbing your men's weapons and pushing them off to the side, ready for the stab. As one of your men about to get stabbed, Loki's Gek jumps in out of nowhere and leaps into a zombie, knocking it instantly to the ground. What would you like to do?
Do I have a zombie on top of me?
Yes, you have two zombies on top of you right now at the current moment. They are holding down your spear, which leaves you, in this kind of, like I said, in this environment right now, they're kind of positioned where your spear is absolutely useless against them. You know, let's roll a perception check for you. Let's roll a perception check for you real quick.
Okay.
You've noticed that the light spell is not working on the undead at all.
Yeah, I've already noticed that, don't worry. I've already noticed that.
When they charged into you and it did nothing?
Yeah, they've gained a new immunity. Damn it. Well, that's sad, but whatever. As they hold on to my spear, I let go of it, grab one of my entrenchment tools and ram it straight in one of the heads. So
you smack the zombie right across the head, but it doesn't even seem shaken by it. It just as quickly as you smack it across the face, it just looks back at you and goes in for a stab. Oh gosh, I just dropped the dice. The dice is dead. Well, the dice is dead. Undead are dead now. No, I'm kidding. Okay. The undead goes for a stab, but you manage to kind of wiggle your way a little bit to have it stab its knife through the floor. Its knife goes straight into the limestone floor and breaks on impact. A shard does kind of skim across your helmet, but you're still perfectly fine. Loki is having no problems at all. There's 5 zombies on them. He just cuts 2 more down with his axes.
God damn it!
He is just tearing them apart right now. One of your guards successfully has taken down one another zombie as well. As the zombie kind of leaps forward, he kind of held his sword on his chest, and the zombie leaps into his sword, killing it instantly.
Apparently I'm the only unsuccessful one here.
Well, don't worry, you still have the other 3 that are still having a problem. One of the zombies, now it's your turn.
Okay, like, are the heads like right next to each other?
Yes, they are next to each other. They are on top of each other. Right now they're trying to hold down your arms.
Both of their heads.
Oh, you're gonna just claim both of your heads together?
I have 2 short swords from both sides. I just
So since you are using both short swords, I will give you a bonus because you have a higher chance. Because if you miss with one, you can hit the second one. So I'm gonna roll 2 right here. Okay, there's 1, and then you missed the second one. It managed to dodge it away, but the first one that you go for wasn't paying attention at all, and you stabbed right through its skull. And threw it on top of the other one, pinning it to the floor for only a couple seconds. As by the time you're up, it's already up again, ready for attack, and it decides to attack you, which it does hit you. Okay, let's give you a saving throw real quick. It was too quick with its attack and miss. It hits you on your armor, doing only 1 damage to you because your armor protection is freaking high with that thing.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, listen. If you didn't have that armor on right now, that zombie would have done literally 7 damage to you. I'm telling you that now.
Okay, but whatever. I have armor, so
Yeah.
F you. Okay.
It doesn't even dent the armor either. It's like you saw what the zombie was able to break its own sword by stabbing the floor. It doesn't even dent your armor. It doesn't even leave a scratch onto it.
Yay. Okay.
One of your Armenian soldier, not Armenians, one of your Volek soldier, Volek guards from the past that are now fighting with you, goes for another attack and manages to take down another zombie in the process. Just kind of jabs it into the floor, then pulls out a knife and stabs it into the head. To make sure it stays down.
Okay.
One of the zombies attacking Loki over here does land a hit on Loki. Ooh, okay. But Loki, oh my gosh, Loki literally grabs its sword and jams its own arm up its face. Just the blade left in its skull from the chin upwards, and it falls just on the ground with a hard thud from the force of it just being shoved in its face. With that, the last few zombies are attempting a retreat. They did roll a 13 to escape. If you roll higher, you could catch up to them.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You caught up to them, and you and your men dispatch them before they can alert the other undead of your presence.
Okay, from now on, we are jogging towards the... We are like slowly running towards the throne room.
Okay, so you start jogging towards the throne room, and you do manage to pass by some other patrols in the tunnels that haven't taken notice of you. Because they're far enough away, they kind of think that you're part of them, and as you go off and they go off in their own directions, you make it into this giant room with a portcullis gate that assumes to be the doorway to the throne room.
I turn to my men. Are you all ready?
They all look at each other and look up at you. Do freaking zombies walk? The other one looks at you.
Ciao! I kick open the door.
You notice that the lever is stuck on the other side of the portcullis. And you can't reach it. But someone else can. With that, Loki looks at his little lizard, his little Gek, he's like, go, go. The lizard runs right through the portcullis hole and jumps into the lever, yanking it downwards, opening the portcullis.
Yes, cool.
Loki's like, actually thinking about it now, Loki's kind of a little overpowered here. He's like literally demolishing everything. He has a lizard that gets to places that you can't normally reach.
Loki is the MVP, I'm telling you.
Right? You quickly run into the throne room, and as you're running in, you hear a voice behind you. Wait! And it's Derek, the guy that you met, a couple while ago in the tunnel. He comes up behind you. You should know this. You probably know right now, the undead are pretty freaking strong right now. I should have warned you this, I just remembered now. The crystal that is powering these undead, the closer they are to it, the more stronger they get. You're walking to the room that is the main source of it. The undead in there are going to pretty much be untouchable.
We will be ready. Yeah.
If you can distract them long enough, I could disable the crystal's power just long enough for you to kill them off. It wouldn't be like that forever, but it would be long enough to fight them.
Then please, do that. That'll be perfect.
All right. With that, he snaps his fingers and just goes completely invisible and just disappears off.
Yeah. One more thing. The pilum I threw before, I picked it up again, right?
Yes,
So
you managed to pick it up. Since you missed and the zombie dodged out of its way, it didn't really get damaged at all. It just kind of slid along the ground.
Perfect.
So you managed to pick it up, and so you have your pilum back.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
You run up these long sets of staircases to the main throne room itself, behind the throne. As you walk, you come up behind a giant black crystal emanating these purple auras around the room, like tentacles into the walls. Right there, you see the King of Volok giving a speech. Today we shall show the world our might. Today we make it bend to its knees. The world shall fear Volok and its armies.
How far away is he from me?
If you do a quick dash, you can manage to stab right into him. But you are outnumbered in the situation. Right now, the throne is completely filled with undead. It's pretty much you, Loki, your 4 guards. Shat, if guy who's a person comes back in time, versus like almost 100 of them. And like I said,
can we just wait for Chat to come back? Because currently I need Chat.
we can throw you a stealth check so you and your men can get into the positions before you start your attack.
I need a hero. Chat.
Alright, so, yeah, we're gonna have to wait for Chat here to be support, but let's roll a stealth check for all of you. You all manage to kind of spread out around the crystals, kind of go along the shadowy parts that the crystal are not illuminating. Most of the undead are actually kneeling down like they're praying. And the King Volok's so caught up in his speech that he doesn't even notice anything that's going on behind. Even like the crystal kind of raises the sound, this sound, so it kind of deafens out any noise that you guys make as you sneak along into position. So right now you were able to get to a spot where you're kind of like behind, like in this like little hole in the ground behind the king right now.
Okay. Look at that.
Chat is ready. Really, Moreland?
Oh come on!
Okay, I'll give you that.
At least until one of the other channels comes back.
Until Skipper, guy who's a person, or whoever comes back.
Anyone else, until anybody else is ready to play search chat, I'm gonna take control.
Take control. Manipulate the system. Okay, anyways, so you want to roll real quick and see if you see Derek anywhere tampering with the crystal.
Sure.
Alright. You look around and you can't see anything. You kind of do notice a small shadow emanating from the ceiling, and kind of identifying that someone's on top of the crystal right now.
Then.
So you best to assume that it's him on top of the crystal trying to nullify it.
I guess it's time then. I have an idea. Okay.
Right.
It may or may not work out. Let's see. I cast a spell onto the king.
You're gonna do the light spell, aren't you? To blind him.
No, not lights. That's boring. I'm not such a boring person. Come on. I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have that.
I have Hold Person. Yeah.
You quickly jump up and cast your spell, and you see the aura eliminate around the king. But he slowly turns around and gazes at you. Full body faces towards you. Half of his face is just rotted away. Eyes glowing red. Just looks like we have some guests, boys! Execute them! And just as quick as that, the undead horde quickly stand up and start marching towards you. Some of them start running at you.
It didn't at all work. That's that. Oh, come on. Ridiculous. You're so mean.
Well, you did roll a 4.
Okay, fair. Wait.
And just as quickly, an aura comes off the crystal into the King of Volok, and he kind of just dashes backwards really quick. As fast as you can blink, he dashes backwards into the middle of the undead horde. Your men decide to surprise attack the undead horde, and they all successfully jump out. You know, one of your guys has a sword in hand, dagger in the other, stabs one through the skull, stabs the second one. Loki comes out swinging his axes all over the place, taking down a couple. Your guards come out, start stabbing you and swinging their swords around, hitting a couple more. The lizards jumping around, knocking a couple over. But just as quickly as your men are taking them down, the undead seem to be unfazed by this attack. The one that has a dagger stabbed right through right now takes a swing at your guard. But his hand's kind of stuck in the guard's arm, so he can't really swing. Some of the other ones by Loki right now go in for attack. Oh no, they hit him. They hurt him pretty bad, but he rages at this, and so his next turn he's going to have some bonus damage and bonus attacks. The other zombies attacking your guards quickly. Ooh, actually that might hurt them, hold on. Okay, so they managed to save themselves. They attack the guards, but your guards managed to block them off and back away really quickly. Some undead quickly run at you, long swords in hand, ready to swing at you. But you manage to dodge out of their way, no problem. You quickly back up as they slam their swords into the ground, just cracking the limestone brick under them. So a fight that would turn out to be a fight for survival, pretty much. The undead are completely unfazed by the damage that you can do to them. They cannot be hurt. Oh no, they killed Morlun already! Guys, Morlun is dead. Call the police. Call the police, I say. Well, I guess we're waiting for him now. Something must have happened. He's busy.
What just happened?
Did you crash?
I didn't crash. What? No, I didn't.
You crashed, didn't you?
I didn't crash.
Want me to repeat everything that happened?
No, I heard everything.
Alright.
So what about... I was asking, what about chat? Because they attacked me, but what about chat? Is chat... Is chat fine? Are they alright?
I totally forgot about chat. Chat has been talking. Okay, the undead managed to miss chat completely. They kind of...
Yes.
Chat didn't really attack, so they're kind of just stumbling around chat right now. They're kind of just marching around chat, leaving chat an opening to run behind them into the king.
Yeah, okay. Then, what? So, chat and Emperor Chadius are both... I should really change my name, shouldn't I? Because Chadius is really just...
Well, you're mixed in with your men right now. Your 4 guards and Loki are mixed in, surrounded by the undead guard regiment. As Chat hasn't really attacked, so he's kind of just in the shadows, has an opening go around behind all of them.
So I guess Chat is gonna do what Chat must do and go for the king.
Okay, go for the king. All right, so Chat runs right past all the undead hordes, straight for the king of Volek. I rolled his stealth. See if you make it over there. Halfway through the run, one of the zombies quickly reached out a fist and he just slams his face right away, getting knocked to the ground.
No.
Doing 1 bludgeoning damage because, well, that's straight into your freaking nose. You probably have a broken nose now.
Well, that's something.
With that, it's now back to your turn.
Okay, so how's Chat doing on the...
Chat's on the ground right now with a broken nose.
Oh my god, no. Chat. I guess I'm gonna... I'm just gonna go defensive and then wait until I see something about the crystal change. Or something about the undead change. So just wait until the undead get weaker finally. Why
Chat
take
will
this so
stab
long?
with the spear. Chat, guys, the person's here. Chat, you missed the whole thing. You managed to make it to the throne room of Oleg. The zombies are invincible.
Chat, the zombies at the moment invincible. You gotta wait. Okay, so Emperor Chatius, who is just gonna for now defensive dodge action and okay, actually Logan.
Chat with Bite Type Rose, yeah.
I think I'm gonna change my name to Chadius. With D.
Chadius for D.
Chadius.
I thought your name was
Emperor.
Chadius.
So Emperor Chadius is now gonna do chat things, I guess. So come on, it's now whose turn is it?
It's your turn right now at the current moment.
Well, yeah, I defend myself and dodge action.
All right, so
So-
you're playing it defensively. You will get the enemy will get a debuff on attack you since you're in a defensive stance. Your men kind of take the same defensive stance as well. Chat, you want to take a defensive stance, or do you want to keep trying to run around the undead group, try to kill the king?
Chat, don't do something stupid. Don't do stupid.
Backflip kick, roadhouse.
Okay, Chad will buy time for us. Okay, thanks, Chad. You're the best.
Thanks, chat.
That's
You're the-
truly something a knight would do.
Buy time for everyone as you guys are surrounded and they're on the outside. They can easily just run away.
I wonder if fire works well against the undead.
You wonder if there's fireworks?
I wonder if fire might work against him, like fire stuff. Sadly, no one of us has any fire spells.
Sadly, none of you do.
Yeah, sadly. Okay, so please, Chats,
Chat.
what are you?
It's up to you. You either kill the king or you just start pushing the undead over because they are actually pretty close to each other. You could probably just push some of them down into a pile. Start the game. All right, you managed to run past. I'm gonna roll your athletics to see if you managed to dodge some of the undead. You managed to dodge some of the undead attacks. Some of them kind of broke off in the group to try to slow you down your direction towards the king. You managed to run right past him though. Run right up to the king and you go straight for the stab. You stab right through the king. Let me roll his saving throw if he saves it. Yeah, the king just kind of just looks at you. You stab right, upwards, right through the ribcage, up into his lung, and he just kind of looks at you. He says, I am beyond your comprehension. I am immortal. You cannot harm me. And just as quickly as you attack, the king managed to do a counterattack, but you, Chad, managed to dodge out of the way of his attack.
All my homies hate witches. I'm telling you. I think witch.
The undead go for some of the undead start going for you in your small part. One of the undead goes straight for you, Morlin. And wow. Okay, he goes in for the stab, and you kind of step to the side and stab right through his skull and yank your weapon out of them. They stumble backwards, but they're quickly just regroup and marching towards you again. One of the undead goes for Loki again, and Loki kind of refuses to stand ground. He's more of an aggressive type, so he kind of grabs, goes in for a charge, running into one of their blades. Let's see if he can have a saving throw. He kind of runs in, he gets stabbed right through his shoulder blade, doing 3 damage to him. He leans back, you bastards! I'll kill you all now! Some undead go for your guards as well, but your guards are able to quickly parry them off and stab a couple of them again. Of course, it doesn't hurt them, but it stumbles them back a little bit, keeping them back far enough. Will you continue holding a defensive stance?
I continue defensively for now.
Alright, so do your guards. Loki still goes for the offensive, and he goes in swinging, knocking down more, smacking more undead together, and just slam them into other groups, knocking a couple of them down. Of course, again, they're getting back up because they cannot be harmed, but he is slowing them down quite significantly with his attacks. The king now, which oh no, wait, it's Chat's turn. Never mind, it's not the king's turn. It's Chat's turn. Chat, you have an option here. Notice the king can't be hurt, so the only option left to do is to be defensive about this. You want to continue to be defensive, or do you still want to kind of just attack people, trying to keep them away? Chat will cast light. Oh, you weren't here for that.
Chat, no. Chat, they're immune against light spell. No,
to blind though, to blind them. Chat successfully casts light spell, and everyone in the general vicinity is blinded except for the king. So actually, light spell it doesn't hurt them, but when you initially cast them, it does create this bright, blinding aura, but it forms real quick because it's taking light around its area to form into it. So you can blind them.
Not them. Okay, so are we blinded too?
No, there's too many bodies blocking you, and that crystal light kind of nullifies the light from across the river where Chat's at right now. The king, with that, decides to do something special. Let's roll on that real quick. Auras from the crystal start forming around the king, and the little purple tentacle tendrils coming out of the large crystal into the king lifts him up in the air. And as quickly as the crystal forms up, a spectral dragon forms around him, making him the heart of the dragon.
What? He just turned into a fucking dragon.
An undead spectral dragon. It's fun, right? With that, the king decides to do an attack on you, but kind of stumbles over. He hasn't done this before. This is the king, as he forms to the dragon, kind of just stumbles over sideways, knocking over one of the pillars, collapsing the roof down on top of him, doing... Well, I mean, it doesn't really hurt him, so I don't know why I rolled for that. It doesn't even hurt him. The undead still continue to attack. Chat, prepare yourself. The undead are going for you. Ooh, that's actually a hit. Hold on, let's see if Chat can do a saving throw on this. Chat managed to do a saving throw, so as the undead kind of comes in for a swing, Chat just freaking smacks on the side of the head with the spear, and it just rolls over off to the side, quickly back up on his feet, kind of like Richard, like Elden Ring roll, just kind of rolls and gets back up really quickly. An undead goes for you, Bolin, which completely, you just managed to completely keep away from you. Like, as he gets close to you, just bump him back with your spear, and he just gets pushed backwards. We'll see how Loki's doing with the undead attack. The undead do successfully hit Loki unless he gets a saving throw. Loki managed to save himself. Your guards, on the other hand, one of the undead has completely failed attacking your guards, and again, another attack on your guards have failed. So everyone's doing fine right now. Everyone's doing fine. Morley, it is your turn in this rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still continue to be defensively, or do you want to fall behind Chet and try to blind the undead?
I'm thinking. I'm wondering if I could attack the crystal and somehow damage it to make them weaker.
You pick up your spear and slam it down like a sledgehammer into the crystal. Successfully hitting the crystal. With that, the crystal releases a bright pulse that knocks everything in the room down onto the ground. But no damage has been done to the crystal.
Not so great. What? No damage to the crystal?
No damage to the crystal, but it did send a pulse wave, sending everyone to the ground. And most of the undead that were not next to the crystal at all have actually launched backwards farther into the room close to the Chat now, being blinded by his blinding aura.
Oh damn. Okay.
Loki quickly gets back up and takes advantage to jump into the undead horde that's lying on the ground, successfully just jumping in and throwing them around like a bunch of ragdolls, but again, doing no damage to them. They're completely immortal. All he's doing is just damaging their armor, just making it look more ugly than they already are. Your men decide to take position near you and hold their line. Chat.
Good man.
Yep. What is your plan of action now that most of the undead in the entire room have been pushed upon you, and you've been knocked to the ground by Morland's actions? Backflip to the strap! Alright, chat does a backflip. As you got up, you didn't get your footing just right as you did the backflip, so as you did the backflip, you just kind of did a half backflip and landed on your back. The king gets back up in his spectral dragon form and gets ready to attack. He sees you and your guards kind of closely knit together, so he decides to cast a fire breath spell onto you, which does hit. Let's throw all your saving throws real quick. Oh, fuck. The dragon successfully breathes fire into your general direction, hitting all of you. I am rolling the wrong dice here. Doing 4 hit points of damage to everyone in that general vicinity.
That's not anything to me, but
yeah, that's nothing. But to your guards, that's quite a bit. And you're also on fire now, which if you don't spend your next turn actually putting out the fire, you will continue to burn.
Okay.
The undead are getting up, and we'll see if they recuperate. Some of the undead recuperate from chat's blinding aura light. They definitely recruit from the chat's blinding aura light and quickly go in and attack chat. Chat's backflip flail seems to distract the undead, because since he's on the ground, they all go to attack him, swinging their weapons around. It's a 12. Yeah, chat managed to save himself. He just starts rolling around the ground out of the way, and Masha does like a little roll backwards, kicking one of them in the face, getting back quickly on his feet. After that action, the crystal begins to flicker. Some of the purple aura tentacles reaching the walls begin to slowly start fading back into the crystal. Even the spectral dragon begins to flicker a little bit as well, as it looks like it's losing power.
Yes, okay.
With that, the undead quickly sense the impending doom of the crystal, and they all immediately rush you and your group of men, all attacking you. And some of them that manage the first charge and you do hit you for. But with your armor protection, they do only hit you for 3 damage. How do your guards do though? Okay, your guards managed to protect themselves just fine. They managed to kind of back up and push a couple off out of the way, tripping other ones that are charging in. Alright. It is now your turn again, Morland. Just like all aggressive about it.
Thaddeus. That's the only reasonable thing in this situation.
Hit the crystal again.
Ready. My long spear and stabby stab. Stabby stab.
Just start stabbing into the undead, slowing them down.
Yeah.
You start stabbing into them, stabbing right through a couple of them and throwing them off to the side, knocking a couple more over. But again, they're quickly getting back up because they're A-okay. Loki, on the other hand, is still fighting in the middle of the undead horde, and he's... they can save that probably. Yeah, oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Loki goes in for attack, jams his axes into zombies, but didn't realize the one getting up below him, and quickly thrusts his swords upward into Loki, doing 6 damage to him, dropping him to the ground.
No.
your men continue to fight. Your men decide to fight off the undead, trying to push them away from you, and they're successfully pushing them away.
Okay, yep.
Chat, what do you want to do now? You're back on your feet with a whole army of undead in front of you, and are still
Chat.
invincible.
To do the thing which you were born to do. Lights them up.
Do the thing you were born to do. Backflip. Chat, this is your chance to save the day. Start to break dance and tripping, so like as they run up to you and go for a swing, you kind of just start break dancing. They start tripping on each other.
Oh, God, no. You're gonna kill yourself.
Chat is successful. Chat is freaking successful. Just randomly, a lute starts playing in the air, like just some magical beings playing the lute as he break dances and starts spinning around and freaking doing some awesome dance moves, tripping all the undead. And the ones that try to kind of step towards him, he moves in another direction, cause him to fall over, and runs off away from the undead group as a free action, which he doesn't make it that far. The undead still pretty much block him, so he doesn't make it that far. The king notices that Chat is being a major distraction to his undead army and goes for Chat. Kind of just thumb walks over to you. Every step of his dragon-like claws crack the limestone floor, going towards you, and it swings and attack. Ooh, you can save this though. Chat does not save. With one fell swoop, Chat gets hit and launched off into the side of the room. The dragon does 7 damage to Chat, and there's the bludgeoning damage. Oh, but that's not the right dice for the bludgeoning damage. And plus 2, so he does literally 7 damage to Chat. So you are at 46 right now. Before the undead can react, before the undead were able to move, the crystal flickers again and and all the purple auras form back in the crystal and back out into the crowd of zombies, attaching itself to the zombies, and all the zombies begin to crumple up, and it sounds like their bones are cracking. They are immediately slammed into the floor. Body chunks go flying splat all over the floor, looking like they've fallen from a really high place. And the dragon spectral quickly dissipates, and the King of Volek is also slammed into the floor by these tendrils. And down above the crystal is Derek with his hands out, holding down the King of Volek.
Derek, my boy!
And with that, he's like, "Quickly, finish him! I don't know how long he can hold this!"
I'm gonna make Derek a knight as soon as I have the chance, okay? Let's go! My men, charge!
You and your men immediately charge out to the King of Volek. You, Morling, go for a stab with your spear, and you hit the King of Volek, doing 3 damage to him. Your men come in and hit the King of Volek. Okay, 1 misses. The other one misses. The other one hits, hitting him for 6 damage.
Inspiration perk.
Inspiration. Okay, the inspiration only worked for one of your guys. Okay, he still misses.
No, dude,
Chat, this is your chance. This is your chance.
Wait, no. Okay, yeah, it only says for one of your allies. Okay, yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Chat, it's your chance.
Okay.
You can finish off the king. Chat, front flip him to his head. Chat will do the thing. Just front flip on his head, stomp on it with a sword, with just the spear going straight through his spine.
Your Chat.
It's successful, a 20! Critical hit! Does it for 7 damage, straight through the king's back, and the king In his final breath, I was supposed to roll. And the light fades from him. And the king dies. And with that, Derek, all the purple ore tendrils reform back into the crystal, and Derek quickly jumps off of it towards Loki lying on the floor, coughing up blood.
Loki, no! We need to help him. Something.
Did we win? Derek responds to him, yes, you won. And Derek hands quickly lights up and he puts it on the wound on his stomach. Oh shit, that's a 20. Derek manages to heal Loki. Loki is still harmed and will not be able to get up for the next couple days, but he will survive.
Yes. Yes, and not a single casualty. Right?
With that, no casualties. Loki would have been the casualty if he died. If I didn't roll that high number, Loki would have died.
Yeah.
Derek looks at the crystal and goes, it's not over yet. The undead's still prevalent with this crystal around. There's only one option left for it. Derek quickly walks up and puts both hands on the crystal. His whole body begins to emanate a white aura around him that brightens the whole room. It's almost blinding you. Most of you have to cover your eyes from the blinding. And with that, the crystal begins to crack and shatter right in front of him. All of you throw a saving throw. Let's throw you all a saving throw. Okay. Everyone except for one guard gets blasted back by the explosion of the crystal.
Ah!
Shattering all the windows. Everyone oh gosh, I threw the dice. Everyone takes 3 bludgeoning damage.
What? Okay. That's lots.
You guys are launched all the way to the throne room. Loki is kind of already on the ground, so he kind of just gets rolled over. Only one of your guards, which is the guard that kind of got your men sobered up earlier, is still standing, using one of the bodies as a weight to weigh him down.
He's an elite soldier, I'm telling you. He's gonna get a promotion as soon as this is finished.
With that, you all look up and the room begins to sprinkle around with a black and purple like auras just down there like snow. Derek's standing there, hands on his knees, just breathing heavily, just... I hate doing that. I really do. He turns around. Is everyone okay?
I'm fine.
Chad, are you okay?
Chad, are you fine? I mean, like physically, not in the head, because we all know how you're in the head.
Physically not in the head. I still have to make Blender models and turn this whole D&D campaign like an animated trilogy. Like,
well, you're gonna have to write down everything we do, so.
Well, I mean, like, it's just gonna be us like this right now, as it currently is. I just animate all the actions.
Yep. Well, you're gonna have to start you're gonna have to get a Kickstarter started, and then you can get the financing. You hire a whole team of animators, and then.
I could do it by myself. It'll take forever.
Come on. We already all know that you don't have time. You know, you didn't even have time to make a map for Invicta.
I know, right? I'm just adding more to my schedule than I can.
You already had like weeks to do it. So.
I know for sure when I'm done doing what I'm currently doing now, I will have more time to do things. Depends if I start another project, and then that's a whole other problem. But anyways, which I probably will know it myself. Okay. Anyways, as you all sit there by the shattered windows of the throne room, you begin to hear screaming like a victory shout. All the Armenians have actually broken into the city, and they're on their way to the throne room as they started shouting in victory. And you look out you open the large throne room door looking out, and most of all the undead have dropped to the ground. There are a couple kind of still stumbling around, but they are completely useless. Like some Armenians just walk up and push one onto the ground, and it just struggles to get up.
Woo! Roman victory!
With that, some of the Armenian commander with some elite troops run up to the throne room to see if you're all okay and you succeeded. And he sees you stand at the door. He's like, "Well, I'll be damned! You actually pulled it off."
You surprised?
To be honest, I am surprised. These guys give us a hell of a time coming in here. They really did. But again, they did have choke points. Is everyone okay?
How are my custodians?
He turns around, and the captain originally that you left your custodians with marches up with your custodians in hand. All of them are completely, well, not in hand, but like, all behind them. All of them are completely fine except for the cannon fodder. All the cannon fodder have died.
Yes! Success! Great success!
Success! The cannon fodder were gone!
They were total assholes. Like I gave them a speech and they were like, "Oh yeah, absolute assholes." I'm telling you. Yes, the custodians are fine. Yes, great success.
Perfect success.
Okay.
Again, a couple of your custodians are holding on to like some injuries they have on their bodies, but they're able to walk around. So there are a couple injured, but they're fine.
And the cannon fodder is dead. Great success. Great success. Okay then. Yep. So I guess it's time to split the spoils of war, then, isn't it? Haha.
All right. So the next couple hours, you and the Armenians and your custodians gather up bodies, kind of go through the king's armory and things like that, the king's sword, and gather up as much loot as you can. Most of anything that was metal was smelted down to weapons and armor for the undead armies to be equipped with. So everything's kind of with the undead.
So yeah, we're gonna take.
The Armenians kind of go over the supplies, and they're like, "We don't even need any of this. We need nothing. You can have it all."
You need nothing. Oh, that's perfect then. Okay, then it's all ours then.
But they help you continue to clean up the town. They even start repairing one of the holes in the wall that Oleg Skrog made originally, and try to help get things together. The civilians that Derek have been helping have slowly start funneling back into town by the hundreds, back in the city by the hundreds.
These are all Roman citizens now.
With that, most of the civilians gather up at the steps of the throne, the stairway up to the throne room, as you, Chad, your guards, Loki, being held up by one of your guards over his shoulder, and Derek all stand looking down upon the people. Would you like to give a speech to them?
I look down upon the civilians. Citizens of Uliskor, or
Bullock.
well, come on, so many cities. Okay, honestly.
Yeah, I know there are.
Citizens of Bullock, or now ex-citizens of Bullock. These past few months, years, weeks, however long you've suffered, have been hard for you. The undead have wreaked havoc over the city and the regions around it. You have lived in poverty and fear as this mad king has taken whatever he wanted for his world domination. Today is ended. Today, me and my brave men have taken the city and we have killed the king. Dramatic pause. You're now all considered citizens of the Roman Empire, which has taken this city into its borders. You will be treated with respect and dignity. Please bow to your new emperor.
I did roll
Come
while
on.
you do your speech. Everyone begins
Come
to
on.
kneel before you, and the Armenians begin to cheer and start chanting, "Chatty yes! Chatty yes! Chatty yes!"
Oh.
As the people kneel and the Armenians chant, Derek is like, "Well, looks like you got a lot of work ahead of you now, but I have work myself to do." And
I
starts.
hold my hand. It's been an honor.
He shakes her hand. I'll see you again eventually. Depends if another world-defying event happens.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts walking down the stairs. Walking past the Armenians and the people kneeling before him. Just as quickly he came, he left.
Yep. I really hope they could recruit him, but he's kind of a lone wolf, I guess. Okay then. So we will take all of these weapons and materials, melt it all down to make good Roman equipment.
And you can move your blacksmiths back here too with all the minerals that you guys found in that one basement.
Yeah, and then we can take all that and make ourselves some gladiators and proper chainmail and helmets and all the good equipment which a Roman soldier needs to equip our future legions with our centurions, our legions, with what they need to fight.
So the current metal that you are being supplied with right now, like the armor that you currently have, wouldn't supply everyone. It could supply a good number of people, but not everyone. So you might want to. So it is wise. So I do agree with your decision with melting down everything and repurposing that into Roman gear.
The flexible metal is only gonna go to knights and elite troops. It's too good to use the normal troops, honestly.
Too good. I know, it protects you. Poor Chat though got smacked by a spectral dragon.
Yeah, but Chat will be fine.
Chat, are you okay? Chat, are you okay over there?
Like in the head, he's not really, but the rest is fine. I'm sure.
Gosh, it's been thundering all night last night. It's still thundering now. The sun is out. It's thundering.
Okay then. So now that we've taken this city, it's time for my last conquering, which I'm gonna have to do.
But you have to start planning for recuperating, start recruiting.
No. I'm gonna go to Ullskog for obvious reasons.
Oh, because the undead.
Because there have been undead, they were kind of taking the city. So if these are dead now, because the king is dead and the crystal is destroyed, then we can just take the city without anyone standing in our way, pretty much. Because like majority of people are dead anyway there, so we can just claim the city casually.
So you want to take your custodians with you?
So I march my custodians to our new city then. I march my custodians to Ullskog.
Chat follows in behind you. Your guards stay behind and make sure everything stays in order while you're gone, and you kind of start marching off. You do march through Rome.
So the Armenians can take care of the city while I'm gone. The Armenians are gonna have to probably remain there for a bit, and all
so
of that.
it does take you, since you are pretty far away from Ullskog, it does take you about a day or so to get to Ullskog. You do pass through Rome. As you march through Rome, they have already heard the news of your victory in Bullock, and they cheer for you and shout, "Chatty yes! Chatty yes!" as you march through Rome. All the way to Ullskog. When you get to Ullskog, I want to roll this real quick and check something.
I need a new horse. I need this horse to ride through on my horse and put down the people. Power fantasy.
Oh, you still have that one horse that you stole from the general of the undead army, but you left it at Rome when you took the boat. So while you went to Rome, you grabbed your horse and got on.
I can take it now. I can take it now. Yeah. So I'm taking my horse now, my strong horse, and right in front of my troops who march behind me. My 31 most elite troops, Chads, Third Chad, Knight of Mars, and my 30 custodians. the immortal
You arrive
soldiers.
to the city, and it looks like that the Yorvin Order that was supposed to be your reinforcements is taking over the city.
Ah. God fucking damn it.
They see you, your men marching up, and without even hesitation, they marched up, swords in hand, and one of them holding out their hands. Halt! Who goes there?
Emperor Chadius Aurelianus of the Roman Empire. Who do I speak with?
I am Commander Gray, commander of this regiment of the Yorvin Order. The Armenians asked us to help them in a war going on in Volek, but we got distracted here. Since the city, we have conquered the city, we now own the city. It's under Yorvin jurisdiction.
We have ended the war. The city is Roman territory.
Last time I checked, this is Olekskrog's territory, and no one left of Olekskrog is left to claim that.
Well, last I checked, we were here before you. We were here a little bit before, but we had to get our forces off to lead and win the war, which you were supposed to win. Hmm? Well, I guess we're just too distracted getting the loot here, weren't you?
He shakes his head.
I thought you were honorable soldiers, but no, instead of going to the war you were called in for, you were here doing whatever you were doing here.
This city provided a threat to the Yorvin Orders. We had to take it out. We couldn't leave it here. And now that we have it under our hands, it's now under our jurisdiction. This city is now part of the Yorvin Order, even if you like it or not.
I have just come out of a war. Please don't make me start another one.
He looks at you. You really want to start a war with us? 30 of you versus, what, 7 of us right now out here? While the rest are inside, we can take you on.
Oh, you think so? I point at my men. These brave 30 men have taken on 1,000 zombies on their own. No deaths, no casualties. I hope that your men would be prepared for our wrath if it ever comes. May I speak to your superior? Or are you the leader of this? Because I wouldn't expect someone as dumb as you to lead something like this.
I'm in charge here. You may call it arrogance, stupidity all you want. We still outclass you. And even if the undead were even better than what we faced here, that's nothing.
We both have mutual allies within the Armenians. I don't want you to be my enemies. Please, just leave the city to Rome.
He sits there. We'll discuss this with our king, and they'll have a meeting with the Armenians, and we'll discuss the bounty this year. You might be involved in that meeting too, so I'll see you soon then. Quickly turns around.
Oh, really? Oh, dumbass.
Quickly turns around, marches back in the city, gets on his horse, and then all of his men ride off on horses back towards the Yorvin's borders.
All of his men?
Yep, all of them.
Well, I guess it's also, you know.
And as they ride off, let's roll this real quick. You did notice there was only 200 men. That is a regiment for them, is 200 men.
Okay, 200 men is a regiment. Good to know, good to know. So one regiment would be roughly 2 times the size of a centuria. Good to know. Okay then.
Well, that's how the Yorvin Order does it. Every regiment, every territory, every kingdom does their regiments differently.
Yeah, whatever. Well, how, as they're riding off, how well are that these 200 men armed? How well
they are
armed
completely armed and heavily armored.
So
they look like they're ready to tussle with a bare hand, with their own hands if they had to. That's how intimidating they look right now.
Would have been hard to take them on.
Actually, no, not just a bear. They will take on an owl bear with their bare hands. That's how intimidating they look right now. Is that they look like they will take on an owl bear.
So thanks for doing the cleaning up work. So the city is clear of zombies.
The city
I guess-
is completely cleared of zombies, but there's also no one living within the city. Pretty much the only people that you got out of the city have so far been the only people you've seen in the city. If there was anyone else, they have died or have escaped to somewhere else.
Okay then, so I guess this is... God damn it, so the city has... The infrastructure is still kind of intact, right?
Most of the
It's still
infrastructure is
kind
intact. A couple buildings have been burnt down from the inside because, of course, most of the buildings are limestone, so only the interiors of everything all the furniture that was made of wood has been destroyed. But other than that,
Yeah, okay,
everything
so
else is
I
intact.
guess that this would be a good place to get people in, so we're gonna probably move some people here. Yeah. Okay? From our new territories, yeah. Okay then. So this is Roman territory then. And from here, I guess I'll just take my men south to... Whatever those guys are called, okay? I always forget their
To
names,
Lok?
guess or not. Yeah, it's a weird name, okay?
yeah, I know. You want to try to force conscript them to the Roman Empire?
What? No. What? How do you come up with that idea? I just want to tell them about our victory. Maybe get them officially into the Empire, or whatever. I'm just gonna go there first.
You and your men spend the next day again marching all the way down to Lok from their north, and the halfling that usually watches the gate is this time watching the gate. Like, hey, it's you again! Hello! Quickly runs down and opens the gate for you, let you and all your men in, and the leader of the town comes out and says, welcome! I see that none of my men are with you, the men that I sent with you.
They have died taking Aslok. They have all lost their lives.
Well, I guess that would be expected. I kind of did expect at least one to come home, but I was asking for a miracle alone. So how was invading Bolak? Did you guys finally succeeded in what you planned?
The king is dead. The city is taken over.
I'm impressed. Well, what brings you down here then? If you're out...
I want to tell you about our victory and maybe negotiate a little. Oh, please, let's get this in a one-on-one discussion.
Yeah.
Go off the horse, I guess.
Yeah, you hop off this horse, you follow him inside the house, and your custodians quickly form around the house in a protective wall. Make sure no one kind of sneaks in.
Oh, I'm so proud of them. Okay, yeah.
You both sit at the table. He leans back, has a fist in his hands wrapped around his fist, and just goes, "So, what negotiations you want to talk about then?"
Well, up until this point, we were close allies. I'm gonna have to say it like this. We were good allies. Nothing more, nothing less. You provided me with troops, and I provided you with safety. We haven't done anything to you. Don't worry. I don't plan on a military invasion of your lands, of your lands. But you have to understand that the Roman Empire isn't looking for allies; it's looking to expand. And that's where you come into play. Why don't you switch from being just a good ally to being a part of this grand empire?
He sits there for a minute.
Come on.
I cannot agree to this. If we even do join, what you're doing now is going to bring others' wraths upon you. I don't even know how well you succeed. It'll be our best interest not to get involved. As long as they know we're not involved, we might be okay. There might be some little bit of raiding here and there, but if we repel them, we'll be fine.
Nothing to worry about. The Roman soldiers will protect you if it comes to that. But it's better for you to join us than to be neutral here. We will expand. We have taken out Razlok almost on our own, pretty much. We look to expand further into the south. No one here stands a chance against our military. Why don't you want to participate in this and get part of the spoils of war, part of the rewards which come with victory?
He sits there for a while, really pondering what you're saying. I still have to stick with my decision. It's more of a threat joining you at this current point than just staying neutral. We can't supply you. We'll supply others to prevent us being targeted. You won't have any aggressions from us. Just until if you are doing this, the rest of Moorlands are going to unite to fight you, and we don't want to get mixed up in that.
We have the Armenians on our side. We have all of the best parts of the Warlands, all of the northern parts.
Hello, Kiss! Okay, sorry, go ahead.
We look to expand further south. There's absolutely no one who's able to stop us at this point. And you've already given up your neutrality by providing us with 50 of your soldiers. And you can't help us in one war and then try to act all neutral in the next one. Gonna have to choose a side.
Well, Volok's situation was different. Everyone was uniting against Volok, against their threats. Everyone knew how threatened Volok was. That was different. Now that people are going to know your intentions about building an empire for how much territory you gain, but it might be best. It might be best if we do join you. He reaches out his hands to shake your hand.
Welcome to Rome, then. May Jupiter love upon you and show you the right path. I would like to shake his hands.
After he shakes your hand, he walks out with you to the front of the town and gathers up everyone. He goes, everyone, we have made a decision. Long time we have been independent, fending for ourselves, defending our lands, but today is about to change. A good friend here has offered us to join his growing empire. And I believe with his empire, we'll be safe. We'll be able to expand and grow. We will prosper under this rule. With me as your ruler, I'll make sure nothing happens to us, but this will be a better offer than currently being independent as we are right now. With that, most of the people start complaining. Most of the guards there start complaining. And one of them starts shouting, "You can't betray us like this! You promised that we will be protected from anyone! You're just joining them! You're gonna be part of the problem!" And one of them throws a knife at him. And just as quickly, one of your custodians step in and blocks the knife.
Yeah.
And your custodians quickly form up into a shield wall in front of him. A couple of the guards do agree with his philosophy and quickly join up with him, which is the halfling and two other guys. And with that, a fight pursues. They are initiating the fight, so they quickly charge into you and your men.
Now they're
Your men brace for the impact, but most of them are brutes compared to your men. They kind of just push all your men off to the side.
They have spears. They can literally outrange them.
Yeah, they're
What?
They completely just push through your line.
What?
A couple of them did get impaled by spears, but mainly the big, strong, tough brutes basically just broke right through. Even though they do have like a freaking stab wound or two, they're still kicking it quite well.
Alright.
With that, how would you like to react to that?
Gonna scream. Stop right there! Stop it! wanna intimidate them or pursue them or whatever.
With
Oh,
that,
God,
all
no,
of them,
don't.
everyone just starts finding to look at you. Even your custodians stop to look at you like they have never heard you speak in such a authoritarian tone before.
Stop fighting! You aren't school children, are you? You will be provided with safety by the Roman Empire. You won't have to suffer. We will provide you with food, protection. You will have everything you want and more. You are paying nothing for this. Why are you complaining? You give up your oh so wonderful neutrality. What about it? You were independent before, and now you're part of the Roman Empire. You're part of something bigger and better. There's nothing to complain about here. Be grateful that you can be part of this. Your lives will improve for this. And you're trying to fight it off? It's useless. You will have to submit anyway. Roman strength is coming, and you can't do anything about it. So now is the one chance I'm giving you. Bow to your new emperor, and you will have a better life than you could have ever imagined before. Rolls in that one.
That's kind of funny.
What?
I am giving you a bonus because that was a good speech, but I still rolled a nat 1, so it's really just a 4.
What? Really? No, right, no. Don't do this to me, no!
So while your men are distracted, they quickly begin the attack again.
Oh, god damn it.
But your men managed to catch up really quickly, and they are okay. They're fighting them off. Some of them are getting like the small different groups to fend them off, but most of them have ditched the spears for gladiuses to fight them off because this is too close quarter combat for their spears.
Mm-hmm.
Your men try to fight them off. They are not doing successful. It's kind of just in a stalemate at the current moment.
Oh, inspiration.
Oh, okay, inspiration. Okay. There's still stalemate going on.
Okay. I turn to the leader of this town. Seems like you really don't have any authority here, do you? Hmm?
He just looks at you, and he just looks at you and goes, "That's the Westmorelands for you." He quickly pulls out. He quickly pulls and seizes his sword and just joins in the fight, fighting the men that he used to work for. He cuts one of them down. He just instantly just cuts one of them down without even hesitation. His 3 companions that originally joined him go and join the fight, and the halfling jumps on one of them, starts stabbing one of the giant brutes in the neck, just dropping it to the ground.
I'm just standing on my podium watching all of this. I'm gonna have to bring civilization to these parts. Like, actually, goddammit, Roman civilization is gonna have to come here.
You have a long work ahead. You have a long road ahead of you and a lot of work to do.
I have a lot of work ahead. I'm gonna have to bring civilization to these parts. Some Roman civilization.
But hey, you're being successful so far.
So far, I've kind of made the north parts better, but the south, I imagine the further you go south, the less civilized the people become. That's kind of how I imagine it, because like the north is the good lands, so that's where like countries are, and where you can plant stuff. The south is just like desert, where there's just not gonna be civilization. I imagine people are just gonna be brutes. Which is kind of racist, sure, but I'm Roman, okay? I can't do that.
I can't do that. That's hilarious. Okay. Would you like to attack, or you just choose to stand there and contemplate everything that's going on around you?
No, I'm just watching the whole fight, but I'm ready if someone tries to attack me. I just take care of them.
Alright, so the townsfolk are still fighting your Armenian guards, and they're still gaining no ground at all. It is stuck in a stalemate. How about the Armenians? The Armenians have actually managed to successfully cut down through a few of them, though. They're kind of beginning to slowly outnumber them as they cut them down, slowly start reforming back into formation. So little pockets are now beginning to kind of form into a very weirdly shaped line. The town's leader and his companions are still fighting, and they're choosing to kind of stick with your soldiers. They're like kind of sitting there to support them as the best they can. The little halflings still kind of run around, stabbing people in the back of the leg, knocking them down so your man can just finish them off. The townsfolk are watching in horror of what is unfolding in front of them. They have no idea what's going on right now. As they see it, they see you provoking the attack. So a couple townsfolk start coming out, throwing tomatoes at you and pebbles.
Can I catch a tomato? Can I come on? Let me catch it.
Fine, I'll roll saving throw for you. You managed to catch a tomato, but it kind of splats in your hand because it's a rotten tomato. So you did catch it, but it kind of splats in your hand.
I just like get it off there.
You just kind of shake it off your hand and wipe it on one of the dead bodies next to you.
Townsfolk, I want nothing but peace for this town. I point at the ones fighting against my men. These are the ones you need to throw tomatoes at. These are the ones who want nothing more but control over you. I want peace and prosperity for all towns in the Western Warlands. Please, don't be stupid. These are the brutes which only want war and fighting. These are the ones you need to be scared of.
You know, I forgot to edit stream like forever ago to Dungeons and Dragons.
Do Rome stuff. Yes, that was a motto. God damn it! Come on. See, that's from where you aren't getting viewers, because literally no one's watching Star Wars Armada stuff.
Right? That's completely my fault. Been going at this for like 2 hours too. We've been going at this for 2 hours and I have not changed the. See, I was ready with everything else except for the stream title and the dice.
The
one
most
time ready with
important
everything
thing.
else but that. I know, right? The most important things, and I totally just neglect them, like a small child in McDonald's.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
Yep.
They stop for a minute and look, and they see that their town leader is fighting with your men. And just as quickly as they went to harass you, they begin to grab pitchforks and other things and start attacking the townsfolk, attacking the old guards that are attacking your men right now, completely surrounding them. With that, they realize they're defeated. They quickly surrender. They all drop their weapons. They get down on their knees with their hands in the air, with their hands behind their heads.
With the hand, okay. Yeah. Okay, great.
And your men take no chance. They completely go around them, start tying up their hands behind their backs so they can't really try anything. And taking them all prisoner. Most of the guards of the town that didn't leave the fight with you have pretty much been killed off. There's only a handful of them left. But they're all brought in front of you on their knees. Your custodians are still around them, make sure they don't try anything. And the town people and the rest of the custodians are also keeping the townspeople away because they're trying to kill these men here and trying to assault them. And your custodians are trying to keep them back. And the town leader just kind of sits on the podium, on the edge of the podium, looks up at you. So, since now you're emperor, you're in charge of the situation, what happens to them?
I'm gonna make an example of them. Okay, you know what would be absolutely epic? Bit of crucifying.
A bit of crucifying?
You know, it's a Roman thing to do, and these people have. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do. Which one of them seems to be like the leader person, like the opposing.
The guy that initiated the whole thing.
Yeah.
The guy that
guy.
originally you looked around, you got noticed that the guy that originally started this whole thing is dead on the ground right now currently.
God damn it.
He has his throat has been sliced open.
How many of these idiots are still alive?
There are 7 sitting in front of you right now.
I looked down on them. You have tried to go against Roman order. You've tried to stop me from doing what your leader has allowed me to do. But I will be just this once, just this one time. I will have mercy on you. I point over my finger at the guy who started this whole thing. He's lying dead on the ground. Guards, get that man where he belongs.
The custodians quickly start dragging off his body, and they take some scrap wood lying about and made a makeshift crucifixion cross and crucified him onto that.
I put him up right there and like pointed at the town gates. I point over at this whole thing happening. Whenever you think about rebelling against Rome, going against the natural order of things, whenever you even think about starting a revolution, look at that man and think about it again. Because next time I might not have mercy. And next time you might be the one on that cross. And then I just walk off.
And as you walk off, your custodians quickly form behind you, and you know the citizens are just looking at the crucifixion with the guys. The leader quickly cuts off their bindings and goes, "You have a choice now." You see, he's already the difference that they made. Any other warlord would have just killed everyone here and called it a day, even if it was just one man causing trouble. He let you go. Let you think about it. You hop back on your horse and start riding off towards Invicta. And this whole time Chat's been with you. This whole time Chat's been following around with you. Chat has an undead minion too. He has 5 undead minions following him around too. So you could have actually used those guys during the fight as well. I totally forgot about them.
Yeah. So pretty much what we have is 30 custodian guards, Chat, and is 5 undead. We could totally go conquer some place with that. You know what? F it. That one place south of this town. The little small village there. We'll go conquer that now. So F it.
You want to go to that small little village at the
small little village
along the way. That's along the way.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
Exactly that.
Your men kind of take a detour off.
We have the resource to quickly go and take that.
All right. You and your men kind of just divert off course a little bit, take a little bit of a detour. Takes them the whole other day because this time you're taking a detour into the small town, and you walk in this town, noticing it's more small than what Invicta was. It's just 4 different buildings with a cattle ranch. They got some sheep, chickens, and cows. You know, things kind of start off. They also have some horses of their own.
Oh wow, horses! Ooh, we could get our cavalry started from here. Perfect. Okay.
Some of the people living there have noticed you coming, and they quickly run to their houses to gather supplies. Most of the metal is kind of just, salvaged metal, so a lot of their armor and equipment are damaged, but they come out with you. Some of them with just half-broken shields, and others like rusted swords. About 10 people sit in front of you, ready to go, because they think you're about to raid them.
I signal my men to stop behind me, and I look down at these people from my horse. Please, you don't have to get armed. I'm not here to fight you. Why would I even do that?
One of the women in the group's like, then why you show up with your army here then?
Army? I look behind me. No, this is just my private guards. My army is somewhere else.
They look at your guards and look back at you. I don't know, this still looks like a trap to me.
Not a trap. I am merely here to look at this place. I haven't even introduced myself yet. My name is Chadius. Emperor Chadius Aurelianus of the Roman Empire.
A couple of them already put down their weapons and start whispering to each other. And they finally get to the woman in one of the crowd. And she talks with them for a little bit and looks back up at you. All of them begin to start lowering their weapons a little bit. They're still at the ready, but they're a little bit more at ease with their stance.
Maybe you've heard of me before, maybe not. That doesn't really matter. Quite nice village you've got here. Gotta say, surprising. Considering where you are here, Western Warlands.
One of the group is a dwarf and is like we're fine because this is one of the major trade routes here. A lot of trade caravans come through here to trade with the stuff they produce here: eggs, meat, whatever. A couple horses for their caravans. No one dares to attack us. This is why we're a little unprepared for you marching on us like this. But we know who you are. We know what you've done.
You know what I've done. Please, then tell me. What do you know about me?
You're the one that only stands against Volok and his armies. Decimated more than 1/10 of an invasion.
Oh, yeah. Volok isn't anymore.
All the people start looking at each other and looking back at you like, do you mean?
I have completely taken over the city. The king of Volok has fallen to my spear.
They quickly lower down their weapons and they start running the house. And one of the dwarves like, come with me. You have to sit and join us for dinner. Then this is something we need to celebrate.
Finding some hospitality. I get off my horse. Do you have enough to feed my men here?
Oh yeah, we do. And like they start bringing out tables. These tables are actually more finely made than compared to the ones you've seen so far in Roman Lolk.
Ooh. Nice.
And they bring out they put a bunch of tables together, bring out all these chairs, and they start laying out these food. Like you have like some chicken here, you got some meat over here from cows, some milk from the cows, and cheese.
You know, I'm gonna feel bad when I tell them that I'm here to take them over.
I'm here to take them over. Your men quickly join the feast as well with them. Everyone's having a grand old time, cheering and things like that, laughing, having a couple jokes. The dwarf quickly leaves and comes back with a huge, rolls out a huge, massive keg of dwarven mead. And one of the villagers there is like, "You've been hiding that from me the whole time? Come here, you bastard!" And quickly starts handing out mugs to everyone full of this dwarven mead. The woman, still a little skeptical about you, looks sitting right across from you right now at the curtain, goes, "What brings you here, really?"
You're wondering what brings me. What reason would I have to come here except to celebrate my victory and visit the small village? I have no bad intentions.
She just gives you a stare, like it's just like that is the most worst lie I've ever heard.
Well, let's enjoy the feast for now. See, we have you have nothing to worry about.
The people are celebrating and cheering. Your men look like they're having a good time. A few hours pass and everything starts to kind of die down. Everything starts to calm down a little bit. Shut up, Marlon. I know I am. And the woman still kind of not laying her guard down on you. It's just like, goes, "Will you now finally tell me why you're here?"
I have come here with the simple intention of bringing some civilization to these parts.
She's just still confused looking at you and goes, civilization. Really?
Yes, Roman civilization is looking to bring more people joy and happiness. See, we've come here to see how it looks here, and maybe, you know, bring this place some Roman culture.
I'm sorry. I can't keep a straight face after what you did with I know I am.
Oh,
Alright. She looks at you like, so I know you're doing well in Rome, but does that really require you for expansion to be doing so well? Take success like we have in this small area. Don't try to grow on it. Don't make yourself a bigger target than you already are.
I already have the biggest target on my back, which I could ever have. Expansion is the only option for grow I have. This seems like a fine little place.
We've been here for the past, 14 years? I prefer to keep it the peaceful way. No one bothers us since we are mainly the main stop for traders.
We're gonna keep this place peaceful, don't worry. Gonna stay peaceful the way it is now. We're not gonna bring war to these parts. We want to bring you security.
With that, she kind of summons everyone over to the town. They all kind of herd up in like a team huddle, and they all start whispering each other. A couple of them kind of look over at you, and then you look back, and you see some head shakes no, head shakes yes. They're having a debate over here. A couple minutes go by, and they finally break up and walk up to you. And one of the guys in the group is like, "We have agreed to join Rome. Under one condition.
Please.
To protect ourselves and our little estate here, we should not be officially signed as a Roman settlement. But we are still part of Rome. Just to keep people from... just to protect ourselves." Is that an agreeable term that you can come with?
That sounds agreeable to me. And why don't you show your loyalty to Rome by providing us with some of your... I look over horses which you have here.
They look over, and
I
it's
look
like,
at the horses,
yeah,
horses.
they look over for a bit, like, we can spare a couple of them. A couple of them go off and bring about 7 different horses along with them.
Yes. It's time to settle cavalry soon, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you soon. Now Chad can have a horse.
Yeah, Chad! Chad, you can ride along with me. But yeah, actually, fun fact, right? Right? Okay. Ready?
No.
Funny fact. Neptune, who's the god of the sea, is also the god of horses. So,
oh yeah, that's right.
So I was thinking I could get my... So the Knight of Neptune could either lead the cavalry or could lead the naval forces, the naval elite. which the
They,
choice
they,
of
they, they become the modern day Marines. They're just the Marines. They both work at sea and
Oh
land.
yes. Well, that's such a brilliant idea. We just like bring them on special designed landing boats, and then they just and then they have like horses on the boats, and then they just like ride. And they're just that's genius.
They got like
Oh.
carriages attached to the horse, so like there's metal plate on the horse. So as soon as they hit the beaches and the arrows start flying, the plates protect the horses. And they can just ride out.
They hit the beaches and then they just ride out with spears in hands on their horses, or with spears or lances or whatever else. And that's genius.
Oh,
that's
hilarious.
And that's gonna be Poseidon's warriors. Oh, yeah, genius. Okay. So, how many people do live here? Like 10 people live here?
Only 10 people
Right.
live in this small little settlement.
Yeah, I don't think that recruitment would be any option here.
Yeah, and it does look like they have no desire to expand and grow either.
Yeah. So they don't want any new people to come here, I guess.
Not at the current
Uh.
moment, because like I said, they don't want to expand and grow and make themselves a bigger target. They stay the size and they're fine.
Okay. Expansion is going surprisingly well. Okay then, so we take the 7 horses, and obviously, one of the horses goes to Chad, and there are 6 horses are taken by some of my custodians.
Just to ride back for now.
Yep, and then we take the ride home to Rome. To Rome.
To Rome. I need to make a little red
Rome.
dot marker for the stream here map, because I can't zoom in like I did with OBS. So I should make like a little red dot and just move that around based on where you guys are at.
I am so proud of our expansion up until this point. So far, everything is going wonderful.
Everything's going wonderful. So you ride back to Rome through Invicta. You drop off Chats there. Kind of just drop them off like a child going to school.
Yeah, okay, Chad, have fun in Invicta.
Chat does like a backflip as you leave. Chat successfully does the backflip anyways. So they do a backflip as you leave and you march off to Rome. Or you want to go to Volok and see how things are going there.
Yeah, I'm going to Volok first to check the situation there, and then make my
Alright.
way back.
You've been gone for a couple days at this rate. As time went on, you kind of slowly recovered. So Chat, you both have recovered 7 health points. I don't think you lost a lot, so
7 health points.
yeah. I don't think you lost a lot though, so you're pretty much at max.
I'm 4 points below max. Yep. So
Yeah. Chat's the only one that got smacked by a dragon over here. You march into Volk, and the wall seems to be slightly repaired. Like it's almost halfway to the halfway fully repaired. These limestone walls are pretty tall too. Like they reach almost about like 50 feet in the air. You walk in the town. Some of the people, as you walk in, some of the people notice you, begin to immediately kneel before you. Your blacksmith has moved into Bolok again and starts working on his main forgery, which is this like huge forge of like industrial combat with like metal. Like it's almost like a metal press, as you say, like an early invention of the metal presses. He's like started.
Alright.
Yeah. Work on metal. So he's able to crank out more materials. So you smelt down a lot of the metals and reforge them back into, well, some essential, get like some entrenching tools, some farming equipment, and a lot of armors and weapons for recruits that come in. Your guards have also taken their time of regrouping the old guards of Volok back together, and are now keeping things in order. Some of the Armenians are helping out too. One of the guards that sent by Volok has also been out recruiting some people, so he's got like them all out by near the guards area where they used to train most of the guards, now training soldiers for Rome.
So our legionaries.
Yeah, your legionaries.
Yeah.
The commander noticed you and he just goes, "Welcome back. How was your journey?"
great. We took another village into our possession.
You took another village?
Yeah, carefully while welcoming by. Very nice. We have one little problem now.
Like, say, what is your one little problem? That you made yourself the biggest target in the Western Moorlands and probably have the wrath of the Western Moorlands thrown at you?
Perhaps. Another country, which I do not want to speak the name of, but which name may have order in it, if you know what I mean, may try to get Ullesgrog, even though it's Roman territory. Maybe they have problems because they were just sitting there, but they should have helped out in our war. But I don't want to name any country specifically.
Oh dear God, you have to piss off of those people of all things. They have a stick shoved so far up their ass. Negotiations are gonna last years with them.
Yeah.
Well, if they're gonna have negotiations about Ullesgrog with Armenia, then you might want to start heading to Armenia, to the capital, and attend to these negotiations. Unless you want to send someone else to do that for you. I'm not being involved in any of this. There's too much politics. It's just too much of a problem for me.
Yep. So do you intend to stay here in my territories? I mean, if you're always staying here, do you want to join the legions?
You want to be recruited?
Looking around, but how long do you intend to stay?
Like, we're gonna stay here for a while until everything kind of gets back in order. We'll see where things go from there. I do have a feeling that some men might prefer to stay here than leave.
Well, really? Is it so great?
Well, based on how you're doing, yeah.
Yep. Well, if your men want to stay here, then I'm not gonna stop them. You may want to do that, but none of my business.
Well, the problem with that is they can't just leave. That would be considered deserting. So we do have to bring them back We do have to bring them back. Go through all the paperwork and the hassle, and talk to some higher ups and let them do all that political BS, and then decide from there.
Yeah. So, well, to tell your men that if they want to change countries, they are always welcome in Rome.
He reaches out to shake your hand.
I shake his hand.
Alright. We won't probably be here for a couple days, and then we'll take our leave. I'm pretty sure your bullet guards have that everything completely under control.
Yep, I hope that they do. Well, and I hope that they don't try to turn against Rome.
You hope.
I hope. But
so far they seem pretty content with everything that just happened.
I fairly trust that they are grateful for us freeing them of what they've been partly for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and while you're here, don't forget to properly make sure that everybody is fed. I don't want any strikes because the people are hungry.
Well, your men have done a good job of bringing in supplies from Rome, since they're doing good with their farm fields and bringing some supplies in. They also most people do have food of their own, because since most of the people have been turned undead, I mean, there's a lot of food lying around. Which actually the main concern is famine, because rats will probably get involved and disease can hit your people.
Actually, also another thing, Logan, I've actually read up a little bit on Rome and city building. I'm gonna send you probably today or tomorrow a little plan for how I plan to expand Rome.
How you plan to expand Rome?
I've actually read a little bit about Roman city building. Okay, so I'm informed.
I'm well informed, he says.
I'm well informed. It's time to make Rome what it was supposed to be, and then get a Colosseum in there.
Oh dear lord.
Yes. The gladiator fights are gonna be glorious.
For Forced laborers fight!
Oh, actually, gladiators were often they were quite happy to be gladiators.
Yeah.
Barely anyone
Well,
died
even then,
during
not a
that.
lot of gladiators were actually slaves. A lot of them were actually people that volunteered to be gladiators too.
Yeah, it was quite
It was
strange
actually
because they
mainly
were.
volunteers. It was rarely slaves. It was
Yeah,
mainly
it was quite
volunteers.
strange because today we often know there's like slaves fighting to death, but actually barely anyone died, and a lot of people actually just volunteered to be gladiators because it was just such a cool thing. It was like the cool sport of the
Well,
time.
even then, most of the people that survived,
football,
survived long
baseball,
enough
football.
became freaking rich too. And with gladiators too, like, you know, if they died in the gladiator arena, all the earnings that they have ever made is donated to their family.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna get that set up.
You're gonna
yeah,
build it in
okay,
Rome
so-
since you have a lot of land to build in Rome, since you have a
Yeah,
lot of room to walk around
exactly.
with.
But plus, it's the capital, so you know. Yeah. Second thing, I actually put a new map in the map channel on the Discord. So with the lands of the Knight of Mars, not officially part of Roman Empire, contested territories and my personal territories.
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh my gosh, it is pouring out there. Stop raining. It's sunny, but it's raining. Stop being weird.
But look how big our country is by now. We aren't even that small anymore. Like actually.
I know, like the
We,
whole northern lands are under your control. The northern western
Yeah.
lands are under your control.
Yeah. So we got all the good lands, all the good ones with the trees and the plantations and stuff, and the rest is just like big desert where you can't plant stuff and whatever
Where you
else.
can't plant stuff. It's Kenshi all over again. You don't know that game.
Yeah,
is,
so
but it's just like it's
So
terrible.
I can't wait. I can't wait to leave my legions down south and see how that goes. Because I have a feeling that they aren't gonna be the strongest. Because we took the big cities up there. Up here, there's a few more big cities down south, but there's 3 more big cities. Four more big cities. Okay, 5, but one is like really close to our border, so I'm gonna take that. So we have like almost taken half.
Yeah.
We are close.
And you're making another city in the process between the other 2 cities.
Exactly. So Rome is gonna. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna make my way. I'm gonna take my custodians, and then we're gonna make our way back to our Rome. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to place someone in charge of Bullock in the meantime? Before you leave,
Fair.
or you just want to just straight up leave and let them continue doing their thing? The Armenians got this under control.
I don't really have too many people.
Or do you want to
who
try
I
recruiting
could-
that Viking again?
You know, honestly, I'm thinking about putting. I have a feeling that the Armenians have this under control. But it's just hard that I really have too many people who I know who would have the capabilities to lead a city. Because all the people I have so far are good fighters, but that doesn't, equal good city leading.
I mean, one of the guards have been taking charge quite well. I mean, he's already taken charge of freaking leading the trading.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. Oh, yeah, the 4 guards. Right.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot to update the map for the straight deck.
Effort. Yeah. I'm the one guard who was like the really responsible one. Remember the responsible guard
Yeah.
from before? The really good one. He's the governor now. Is it governor? I'm not sure.
I think it's
Correct.
governor.
Yeah, so he's the governor now, and the other 3 guards just gonna be like supporting and whatever and doing guard stuff. I don't know.
Alright. I mean,
But,
most
okay,
senators in the
okay.
Roman Senate were generals at one point. Think about that. Don't
Yeah.
join the
Okay.
Senate without
So
being
okay.
general.
So what's his name?
We have never given him a name. Oh dear God.
Yeah, you go give him a name now and then write him down as Roman governor of. I'm gonna have to rename the place to be more Roman. Wait, this is like a thing for that. Make words more Roman.
I might give him
Wait.
a name with the native tongue of the land.
Wait.
give me a second. Okay, so. Okay, yeah. So you go to that. I'm thinking right now. What? How could I make the place sound more Roman?
Well, I'm gonna give him the name in the native tongue of the land. I'm gonna give him a name in the native tongue of the land, so his name is now Phaon.
Okay.
Which means leader in the native's tongue.
Oh, that's super cool.
So really, like the if they were speaking their native language, every time they call their commander, they pretty much call him a Phaon.
Effort. I'm going to
Phaon
put
their
an,
name.
Okay. Okay. So, my man, Logan.
Yeah.
I'm officially latifying the city. It's not-
Latifying the city. Volocus. Volocus. It's Volocus now.
Yeah, it's not Voslokus now, with an US at the end, because that's totally Latin.
Volocus. It's American. That's just how we do our last name system with any name that's American. Just put some words in it and call it the day.
You know, effort. The Z is weird in there. Voslokus. Okay, effort. Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Z is just weird because it's kind of like, eh. Okay, so man, that's the new city name. Good luck.
That's the new city name. Good luck.
Volocus. I'm just going up to the guy. Hey, yeah, you're the leader now. The new city name is Volocus. Good luck.
He just shakes his head like, well, here we go.
I gotta make it more Latin sounding, okay? It's a law.
And you're gonna do that to Olasgrog too?
Yeah. So Olasgrog is now.
Olaskus. It's Olaskus.
Olasgroga.
Oh god.
Yeah. Okay, actually, the other towns. I mean, Invicta is already fine. Invicta is already very. So it already got Romified. Rome is literally the definition of being Romified, because whatever the name was before, I didn't really care. And that other place. What was that place's name again? I can never
Loke?
remember, honestly. What?
It's just Loke. L-O-K.
Loke?
Yeah.
Locus.
Locus. Great, gives a war. No, I'm joking.
Locus. Okay, great. Everything's Roman now.
Everything is Roman now.
But yeah, common is Latin, right? Right?
Sure.
Right.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we can go with that.
So common is basically just Latin.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically. Alright, so with that, you and your custodians leave Volocus and
Yeah.
march your way back to Rome. Of course, it takes you a day to get there because you're going kind of on foot. Some of them are some of them are guiding the horses, refuse to get on the horse because they're not high ranking enough. They believe.
Yeah, literally. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you make it back to Rome, and as you ride back to Rome, some cargo is being unloaded there. You see some boxes unloaded.
Don't.
And you walk in, and the trader notices you. Goes, "Welcome back, my friend. I heard you've conquered Volok when we were gone. We got the stone that you needed."
Volok? I believe you speak about Volocus. Oh, I just
you renamed it?
Wait, what? Wait, give me a second. The one name was placed Loke, right?
Yes.
Like Volok. Like the exactly same, but you just cut out the first few letters.
Yeah.
Has that something to do with lore, or were you just like lazy?
It has to do with lore.
Sure, tell yourself that. I
So
renamed.
Volok was originally supposed to be built where Locke was at, but the terrain was the environment was unsuitable for the city, so they moved it and called it Volok, which means a new lock. Vol means a new.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
In the ancient orc tongue.
I renamed it. It's now Volocus.
He just shakes his head. A lot of people in Arcanus is not gonna like the new name.
Well, I don't really care, honestly.
Well, we got your stone over here.
How much?
We have quite a bit of stone here. I haven't counted all of the stone bricks. You're gonna have a lot. If you're planning to make the walls like 40 feet tall, you have more than enough stone for that.
Yeah, that's not the plans. We want to build buildings with them. Infrastructure. It's the best for now. We currently don't have too much to worry about. Well, how much do I owe you? That's the most important question.
Well, no crazy construction projects are going on. We got you quite a bit of stone.
I'm thinking right now. I can't wait for the taxes from the locals to come in. Logan, like the tax is just gonna be finally some money.
Finally some money. I'll give you about 50 gold.
50 gold? Wow, that's incredible.
They're not doing any crazy, insane build projects up in the east, so.
Well, then please take 60.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anything else you need before we head off again?
Yeah, actually I do. I'm always in need of new things, obviously. How could I not?
He leans in. Okay, give me the dirty details of what you need. As he rubs his hands together.
You're truly a good businessman. Well, what's the next big thing which I will need is gonna be, and I lean in to talk with him very privately. I guess. Okay, Logan, give me a second. I need to actually think.
You're also gonna pay him. You can also pay him just to spread rumors about Rome and probably get people to migrate into Rome.
Oh yeah, right, people. Okay. So, I need tons and tons of food, as much as you can get.
He puts his fingers together. Ooh, yeah, that's a big order right there. That shouldn't take me too long though. I can just go up to Armenia and do that.
Just as much food as you can possibly buy from wherever. I really care where it comes from. And on your way, maybe you can be so kind and spread a few rumors about how great Rome is, right? And I give him 100 gold pieces.
He takes the gold.
That sounds good, right?
He takes the gold and just clinks them again a little bit, and just like, I got you, man. Some of the town villagers, of course, do some trading with the caravan yet again, get some more supplies, things. They got different seeds now, so they're able to start growing grain. They're going to start growing grain here soon.
Yeah, great. Oh, that's cool.
So now they have to grow potatoes and cabbages. Now they have grain.
And then we can finally build windmills, then just not have enough bakeries, and we have too much flour, and we need more bakeries, and we have just... then we have... typical...
We go stronghold with this, we have an estate full of bread.
Typical stronghold problems, yeah.
Like we did last time we played Stronghold, where you just had an estate that making nothing but bread.
I always have those strong. Whenever you try to do stuff with that, and then you try to get bread, it's always such a process of like, I have too much of this, I don't have enough of this, and whatever else. Okay, yeah, whatever. Well, I just paid this guy 100 gold just to spread rumors. If those aren't the best rumors I've ever heard, then I'm.
Well, he's doing the rumors for free. You just pay him 100 gold to get you food.
Well, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, then sure.
Okay, you've been gone for a while. Chad's recovered health. You're fully recovered health. With that, everyone does their things. The caravan packs up and starts leaving again and continue their trade route as normal. Eventually, they will make it around, do their rounds, and go back up and start collecting your food.
By the way, do you want to know what I need food for, or do you not want to
What?
know that? Do you want to know why I'm buying so much food, or is that not in your interest? Because, I mean, we don't really need the food, do we? We have enough to feed everyone.
You have enough to feed in Rome. Like I said, there's in Bullock, there's enough people with their food on their own. Probably in
Yeah,
Volskrog, though, if you do get that territory, you probably have to bring food there, because if there was any food that's either been contaminated, it's probably gone bad because no one's been managing it.
Yeah.
People probably eaten it or destroyed it.
Yeah. Okay. Then now I'm gonna go up north into Ilion to go do some talks there, and then once I've secured Volskrog as my territory, I'm gonna start putting troops there.
Well, we might have to call stream there today for the day.
What, really? Already? It's only been 3 hours. Come on.
I know. I literally go over, but I want to do some things before the end of today and before I am taken hostage tomorrow.